I want to show you guys something beautiful. And also, if you listen, you can hear a big old bumblebee. Big old one. I don't know if I can get it on camera, but I'll try. Those big purple flowers are called irises, bearded irises. There's that big old bumblebee. They're not always purple. Can you hear that old bee? That's so cute. I'm going to try to get closer. I don't know. Isn't that cute? It's a bumblebee, a big old black one. I don't know if it thinks I'm a flower or what, but it's been kind of trailing me. Anyway, back to the irises. I've been waiting for this particular plant to grow for a few years. I planted the risomes, which I'll have to dig up some and show you what they look like, a few years ago. You can get them online. You still hear that little bee humming. But after a few years, they start to grow and grow and grow and make other rhizomes, and you can dig them up. Now, I have discovered they are really hard to dig up. I mean, like super hard. And so I thought, well, it would be a real good idea to plant them over by the side of the yard that erodes. Now, erosion means the earth in the rain of the wind moves. It erodes, it changes. And you don't really want too much of that, at least I don't in my yard, because that means that I'm losing part of the yard. Or that, there's two bees together now. Or that it's covering something you don't want covered with dirt or sand. It's making holes. So about 5 or 6 years ago, I was digging holes trying to prevent the sand and the dirt from moving in all the rains. There were a lot of rains those years. I called it El Nino for some reason. I'll have to explain that someday. Anyhow, so I was thinking that if I planted something with those big rhizomes that were so hard to move, that it would be an effective action against erosion. So I've been doing that for a few years now. After I was digging, and then I started planting these absolutely beautiful irises. Now there's two bees. There's a little one too on the top. Look at that. Isn't that cute? I've seen them. Now I'll be candid with you. It looks like a bee to me, but it totally also could be a wasp. You go, oh no, not a wasp. Well, you gotta look out for them because they're not as pleasant as bees. Bees will kind of leave you alone. A wasp gets angry. Well, we credit it with emotion, okay? We don't think they really have feelings, but we say, well, there's an angry wasp. That's a very common phrase. And so you don't want to get too close to them. A bee, from what they say, will get to know you and know that you are a friend or not. They have done studies. I don't know how they do these studies because I'm not a bee scientist. But they say that the bees can recognize your face. So I don't know if this bee knows who I am. Might take a little while. Probably notice I'm in the garden because they're actually pretty smart. So I did plant irises all along the ridge of my little yard here. Some are brand new, and this will be the first year that they bloom. Okay, that's a new iris plant. That will not be purple, I don't think. That'll be something else. If I were a really good scientist, I would absolutely write down what color they're going to be and exactly the location and such, but I'm much more of just an artist involved with gardening. So it's like painting a landscape with plants. Those are all irises that came from my backyard. And I had a friend help me dig up the risomes and plant them here. And they are being effective. They're stopping the erosion. It's great. It's been about 3 years and they are growing, and this year they bloomed a lot. And other bearded irises are also blooming. That one is going to be yellow. I remember from last year. Maybe later on today I can show you some other really beautiful ones that I put for erosion, but you know, I really put them because they're so pretty. And there's a beautiful painting by Vincent van Gogh of irises too. I'll have to show you that. You have a lovely day. Catch you later.